Hello there, how are you? My name is Vivian Vargas. I'm going to be your instructor for this class. The name of the class in Spanish is Inglés con Orientación Científica. We would say English with scientific or scientist orientation. But at this moment, we are going to start an adventure learning about this. But then you may say, why do I have to see something like this? The reason we are doing this, it's because many people work in the field of being interpreters in everything that is science, okay? So we need to learn about it, and we need to learn vocabulary and everything related to it so we can go ahead and understand this better. Thank you. Let's start and let's see what we are going to be checking in this class. First of all, we have the welcome words or the welcome words. And it says, 1,000-mile trip starts with a small step. It says, dream, even if the dream seems impossible to achieve. Fight, even if the enemies seem invincible. Bear the pain, even if it may be unbearable. Run where the courageous do not dare to go. Transform evil into good, even if it's necessary to walk 1,000 miles. Love what is pure and innocent, even if it does not exist. Endure even when your body cannot resist anymore. At the end, you reach that given star, even if it feels unreachable. Beautiful, right? I love it myself. So this class is going to be taken like this. Remember, we always have 5 modules, okay? Now this time, if you can check here, module 1, module 2, and module 5 are going to be 2 classes each. So you have there 6 classes. And then module 3 and module 4 are going to be 1 class. So you're going to have 6 plus 2, 8 classes in total, okay? So we have this, then you have the time that you have to work in class and the time that you have to work on your own to complete the theoretical, practical hours that you need to have in order to get your credits for this class, okay? Now, which are going to be the parameters for evaluation, okay? So we have self-evaluation, we have attitudinal evaluation, we have the module 1 with 10%, we have module 2 with 20%, module 3 with 20, module 4 with 20, and module 5 with 20. Now, only module 1, because this kind of introduction is lower, and then you add this up to have 100% ponderation. And it's important that you have this into consideration when making everything that you need to make during your classes. You have your self-evaluation form, and this is something that you have to be able to complete every class. The purpose of this is that you are able to express if you disagree with something, and then you say, like, you know what, I think we need to do better in this and this, and then us, the administrative part, we can do something to do things better for you. Then we have the internal evaluation attitudinal thing, and this is different, and this is when the teacher, or the professor, the instructor, it's able to check how much of your time and effort you put into your class. Now, the instructions, as always, are the same. I repeat them every class. If you know me, you know that. The instructions are the same. Located in a comfortable place, illuminated, and no distractions. Exercise self-confidence. Be sure that you can do this. Read objectives carefully. Follow the teaching guide order. And send assignments according to calendar. This one is also extremely important because it's easier for the teacher to be checking things and to be able to give you any feedback if needed. We start with module number 1. Module number 1, as I told you, is kind of the introduction of the class. It's only 10% of the ponderation. And it's about biodiversity and conservation, okay? And then the learning objectives for this class are to develop an understanding of the ethical and professional obligations connected with interpreting within the context of biodiversity and conservation settings. You see what I told you before? It is related to interpreting. And that's why. What do we need to get? We need to get vocabulary. Okay, the more vocabulary you know, the better you can do speaking English. And if you want to be an interpreter of this class, or if you have to do it sometime, or if you want to be a science teacher inclusive, you need, or included, you need to have this vocabulary. Show comprehension of the terminology, as I just told you, employed in these domains in both the source and destination languages or target languages. Okay. Then we have the reference material is going to be two videos, one about the rainforest and the second one about Panama's rainforest. Because as you will see there, we are in the biome rainforest. We have two readings and they're beautiful. I really fell in love with this class because it's really, really beautiful. You are going to enjoy it as much as I do. Then we have the activity. Notice a difference here. In this class, we don't have a forum, okay? The activities are 5% and 5%. The test is 5%, and the listening and interpret is 5%. Also, you are going to listen to a video into English, and then you have to interpret it into Spanish, recording your voice. Nice. Calendar of activities. In the calendar of activities, we invite you because, for example, in this one, it lasts 2 weeks. So we invite you to, in the first week, you perform the readings, the videos, and conclude the units, the activities in unit 1. And in the second week, you perform the reading, then you watch the videos again to make sure that you understand everything, and you do the partial test from unit 1, okay? When you have all the knowledge that you need. Then we have module 2. This is 20% already, and this is going to be about tropical medicine, the Panama healthcare system. Those two things are going to be checked over there. And then the learning objectives are acquire an understanding of the professional obligations linked to tropical medicine and healthcare interpretation. Display proficiency in tropical medicine and healthcare terminology in both the source and target language. Then we have the reference materials. We're going to be having 2 videos, one about tropical diseases and one about the health in Panama. And we are going to have 2 readings, one about the tropical medicine and one about the Panama healthcare. The activities this time, since the module is 20%, you have 10%. It's not a poem, it's an activity, I'm sorry. It's an activity that you have to develop there, and 10% of a test. A calendar of activities, as I told you before, unit 2 also, module 2 is also for 2 weeks, okay? So you have the summative activity for, the summative activities, we invite you the same, to perform the things and conclude the activities in unit 2, the first week, and the second week, to review again everything and to present the text. And then the module 3, it's about environmental sustainability, okay? And this is important, not only for the people who are studying this. This is important for everyone because it's our planet that we're talking about, our home, and we need to be able to conserve it. So learning objectives, achieve comprehension of the professional responsibilities associated with interpreting in the context of biodiversity and renewable energy, and showcase proficiency in the specialized terminology used in the biodiversity and renewable energies field in both the source and target language. You see lots of terminology. We need to check terminology one over and over and over. And then the more we know, the more we will fall in love with this topics. The reference material, again, 1 video about what is biodiversity, and the second one is about Panama saving forests to save water. And this is very interesting because you may not know this, but there are companies in Panama with projects to 20 years to 40 years just to reforest. They plant trees and plant trees and plant trees, just looking for the way to keep this as it is, beautiful and sustainable. In the readings, we have the reading number 1 about biodiversity and renewable energy. and the reading 2 about water resource management in Panama. Okay, let's continue. And the activities are going to be the 10%, the listen and interpret, and the other 10% is going to be the test, okay? And then we have the calendar of activities, and as I told you, the module number 3 is only for 1 week. So you do everything together, you test and everything, and we're ready to go. Module number 5, marine science and oceanography. 20% also. The learning objectives are to explain the role that interpreters play in providing effective communication, marine science, and oceanography field. Demonstrate a good level of expertise in the specialized vocabulary utilized in interpreting for marine science and oceanography in both the original and the target languages. This is beautiful. You are going to learn things that maybe you may have seen at school and you maybe didn't show any interest. But now that you have grown up a little bit and you may be worried about what's going on with our planet, then you will be able to enjoy this. Reference materials, videos. Panama reaches more than 50% protection of its marine area, and we are going for more. And the second one is what is oceanography, so we can understand a little bit deeper about it. And in the readings, we have the one about marine science and the second one about oceanography. Important. In the class, I'm going to ask you, in all classes, I'm going to ask you to interpret. This is important. Are you ready for that? I hope you are. The activities, 10% for that activity where you have to listen and interpret. And the second one, it will be the test. Now, again, this is module number 4, only 1 week to do everything. Module number 5, 20%, tropical agriculture and agroforestry. Agroforestry. Do you have any idea what that is? You will check about it. Learning objectives. Describe the significance of interpreters in facilitating clear communication within the domain of tropical agriculture and agroforestry. Exhibit proficiency in the specialized terminology used for interpreting in the field of tropical agriculture and agroforestry in both the source and target language. Beautiful. You will see. I know you will love it. I'm preparing the classes, or I have prepared the classes for you to love them. The reference material, the videos, tropical agriculture, and what is agroforestry. And next time that you are talking to someone and you listen to someone talking about it, you say, ah, yes, I know about it. I know about this and this. And you will feel very nice about it. And in the readings, tropical agriculture and agroforestry. The activities, the 10%, listen and interpret. We're going to be working on it. We're going to be using that tongue to speak English or to speak Spanish or to interpret from one to the other. That's going to be wonderful. And the other 10% is for the test. The calendar of activities for this one, it's the last 2 weeks. And then in the first one, you perform the activities of the unit and the interpretation. And the second one, you again take a look at the videos and the things, and then you take the test. What about it? I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And I do hope I can see you on Mondays, every Monday, to enjoy this. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.